You know, I've asked a couple of times, is hell a cuss word? I guess probably depending on how you use it. If you utilize it as a verb, then it's probably a cuss word. If you utilize it as a noun, it's not a cuss word, right? But how do I say this? Joe Biden and Vladimir Putin catching hell like Natalie Cole. That a cuss word? I don't know. That's not cussing, is it? That cussing, Jalil? I really wonder, is that cussing? They're catching hell. Why would anybody want to be president? Like, why? Like, all the stuff you got to deal with. I mean, if Joe Biden got to deal with Putin, Ukraine, gas prices, COVID-19, the Republicans, the economy, inflation. Did I say COVID-19? You got to deal with all that stuff. And see, the thing about the presidency is everybody knows the president always ages over that 4 to 8 year period. Barack Obama went from smooth Uncle Barack to smooth Granddaddy Barack. In like 4 to 6 years, them last 2 years, he was like, man, President Obama, you need some rest, sir. And I know I don't look the same way I did 5 years ago. Okay, and then of course I cheat, with the hair dye, but still, God dog, that presidency aged you. And my thing is, Joe Biden ain't got a lot of room to age. Okay, he's gonna get a lot older, but Joe be looking shaky sometimes. I keep saying that. People act like I'm wrong for saying that. Sometimes he worried me when he be walking out, or sometimes in some of them press conferences, I be looking at Joe. I'm like, don't cuss him out, Joe. I know you got that look on your face like, man, I want to cuss y'all, slap out, just go off like somebody granddaddy would back in the day. You know your granddaddy would do back in the day. Every once in a while, your granddaddy just snap and go slap off. And everybody like, oh my God, why did granddaddy say all that? And you young SOB. Yeah, I'm really saying, why would somebody want to be president? Why? It's a lot. Now, another question is why are black people still being treated the same way in 2022 as 1962, 52? Somebody might say, oh, it's not the same thing. Don't overstate it. This is what the national news media is not showing you. African nationals and black people of African descent who are born or live in Ukraine are being treated differently than whites and Indians living in Ukraine. From what they say, the hierarchy is whites get out first, Indians get out second, and Africans get out third. So even in the midst of all the war and Putin and everybody's talking about how the Ukrainians are fighting valiantly and defending their country, which they are, and I respect them for that, highly, very much so. And I support Ukraine, I really do, against Russia. But to hear that y'all still doing that same old sneaky racism, and not even sneaky, it's just that the media is sneaky because they're not showing it. All these little networks and all these folks who are supposed to be woke, all these people who are supposed to stand up for African Americans and black people rights and people of color rights, I don't see none of those big networks, none of those shows on MSNBC or CNN. I hadn't heard none of them mentioning this. None of them. Matter of fact, everything the whole narrative is Ukraine is winning and being victorious and Russia is losing. And I understand everybody want to make sure that Putin turn out looking real bad and that the narrative that Russia is losing continues to be the story. And I get that. I understand the manipulation of media and why they want to put that out there. But at the same time, you're still not showing the blatant truth of what's going on with black folks simply because they're black being turned away at the border going into Poland. And it's not even from what they say, but from the reports, it's not necessarily Poland. It's supposedly the Ukrainian soldiers, the Ukrainian officials that are turning people back, are holding people from getting on trains and people from crossing the border. Some have gotten through, but it's been a long journey and a lot has happened for them to get past. I'm gonna show you the video in a minute. It's undeniable. So even while everybody's saying pray for Ukraine, support Ukraine, if I was over there, I'm praying for y'all over here. But if I was over there with this complexion, I'd be a nigga at the border. That can't come through. And that's true. That's crazy. That's crazy. Blatant racism in 2022. Between the stuff that has been happening in this country right here, and just blatant racism on the world stage in the midst of a conflict, ain't a lot changed. We live in interesting times. So tonight, we're going to watch the State of the Union right here on the show. I'm going to play it for y'all, me and Donna, and y'all going to watch and see what the president got to say. Because a lot of black folks, like Joe Biden, will have to really work to get black folks back out again. I don't even know if the awesome Congressman Clyburn can get folks out again. Congressman Clyburn came through like Michael Jordan and saved the day back in 2020. Saved the day. It was going down. It was over. And Senator Clyburn came through and saved the day. I don't know if that can happen this time and get people out the same way. I don't know. Before, the election was won in South Carolina. It really was. Because coming to South Carolina, President Biden was losing. This time, the election might be won in Ukraine, or it might be won at the gas pump, or it might be won in the Supreme Court with a black female Supreme Court justice. It's a lot going on. It's a lot of chess moves, a lot of bait and switch, a lot of gamesmanship, a lot of bullying from Russia. It's some wild stuff. And I'm also going. I'm not going to even play it. But I'm going to discuss some of these comments that was even made that came out from Russia about the return of rule of Anglo white Russians. So that's what was literally said. We live in interesting times, y'all. Let's get the show started. We're gonna watch the video. We're gonna watch the State of the Union speech. Donna's in the back. Jaleel's in the building, and y'all are on live. Hey, family, it's time to get it started. Call your mama, call your daddy, and call your uncle, and let them know that the Akintunde show is about to start.
Another track, lay production, but no joke, entertainment, let's go.
Akintunde is gonna make you laugh real loud. So come on, scream it